Hi guys, my name's Dylan. You're watching FNQ Suburban Fruit. It's the first day of winter today. We're sitting on about 27 degrees. Overnight temps dropping to about 22. So get your jumpers out. We're going to do a bit of a walk around my backyard today, show you some things that I've got growing. There's not a lot happening in the way of fruit, but at least we can get an idea of what's going on in my backyard. The sun is shining, the blue skies are out. So let's go have a look. Actually, I found something very interesting this morning. If you're into Garcinias, you'll probably get a kick out of this video. What I've got here is a Luke's Mexican Garcinia. It's probably 7 years old. Has been flowering for probably 3 years, and all male flowers. We've just missed the flowering season, but it's going to do it again. It always does. But what I've actually found is my first ever female flower on this male Garcinia. So it does happen, and it can happen. It will be flowering again really soon, so I might do another video to show you the difference between a male and a female Garcinia flower. I have planted some more next to it in the hopes of getting a female or a hermaphrodite. So I've got one either side. They're probably going on 2 years old. This one's got a nice new flush that's happening. So fingers crossed they'll get their move on and start producing some fruit. I've just done a big trim of this Eureka lemon tree just to open it up to get some more sunlight into my purple mangosteen. This one's probably 7 years old, maybe a bit younger, maybe 6 years old. It's loving the spot it's in, doing what it does. The sunlight's a bit harsh at the moment. It's bad, not real good for filming, but it's just had a nice new flush. Looking all right. Next to it, we've got an Achacha. Achacha's probably 8 years old. It's been fruiting probably for about 3 years. Lovely fruit. I was a bit concerned about this one actually. It did like a big defoliation. It dropped a whole heap of leaves quite suddenly, and hadn't done a new flush for quite some time. But it's actually just doing a nice little flush at the moment, which is good because I was a bit concerned. But it's quite a substantial tree. They grow really well up here in the tropics. Has 2 fruiting seasons a year, but one is a lot better just around Christmas time. Normally you will find the odd fruit on it every now and again, but they just get attacked by fruit spotting bug and tea leaf mozzies. Another thing that gets attacked really hard is this Russell Sweet Garcinia. Sorry if I'm vibrating the phone around. The tea leaf mozzies just do absolute havoc to this poor tree. Had a nice flush recently because the cooler weather keeps them at bay. But you'll see this damage. That's tea leaf mozzie. There's a big difference between what the tea leaves do and what the fruit spotting bug does. So the tea leaves tend to just attack new growth on the leaves, make them all ruffled up like that. Now, the fruit spotting bug, it gets its proboscis into the fresh new growth, and it actually kills that whole new growth. So a little bit different. But yeah, this Russell Sweet, looking forward to those fruiting. They will be male and female again. So it's luck of the draw. There's 3 that I've got here. This one and these 2 smaller ones, they're actually the same age. This one I've had planted for 3 years longer than what these were. These were left in pots until I finally pulled my finger out and planted them. Got a Rolenia deliciosa, which I've just chopped down. I did leave a branch because I've got a neighbour who really likes them, but it's wasting space. I'd rather it not be there. So I've got a bit of clean up to do. I did have a Garcinia Periana planted in this site, but it just was lacking something, and I had a look at it this morning and pulled it out, and what it was, it had been completely ring barked by some kind of critter under the soil. So that one's going in the bin and we'll start again. Got a Australian native finger lime, It grows pretty good. Probably likes a drier, cooler climate, but it always seems to have little fruit on it. It's good for ceviche and, you know, seafood. Got a little key lime here. It's only just started fruiting. Kaffir lime. Not good for much except for the leaves. It's another unusual Garcinia. This one they call Garcinia squat. Haven't seen any flowers on it yet. It's still quite small. It suffered some bad damage in the wind with its latest push of growth. Just the leaves are so fragile that anything knocks them around. So a bit disappointing, but that's what you get. If we go around here, this is a Garcinia madrono. This is the spiky variety. It's absolutely delicious. I rate this well above a cha-cha. This has just had a nice new flush of growth, but again, very fragile. Like the leaves on it, if they rub against each other, the wind knocks them about. This one doesn't suffer like the bugs like the achacha and the Russells. I'd say this is going on 5 years old. It's had a few setbacks, but it's a lovely little tree. It flowered for the first time last year, but it didn't set any fruit. There were definitely male and female flowers on this particular tree, so excited about this one. It's the bumpy madrono. I do have a seedling jackfruit. It's probably a cross between like a either an amberjack, a J33, or a Galaxy. It's a crunchy variety. Amber fruit, is quite sweet. I'm not a jackfruit connoisseur, so you know, if it produces, it produces. It does fairly well. I do knock a lot of the fruit off of it just because I can't eat that much jackfruit. And the tree is substantially big for the age. It's not even 4 years, and I have to cut branches off it all the time to keep the peace for the neighbour. As you can see, I've just done that this morning. It's my jackfruit. A bay leaf, which just gets pillaged from every week. This is a miracle fruit. For those of you that don't know, it turns sour fruit sweet. Bit of a novelty, bit of a gimmick fruit. I'd have a massive lychee tree here. I don't know. Lychees are like teenagers. They just, you know, they want to take and give nothing, especially if you're on the coast. This tree was about 12 metres tall. We had quite a substantial cubby house inside it. Slide coming down, flying fox to the house, but in the end it just pulled all the fruit bats from everywhere, and you know, in the space of 7 years I probably got 4 fruit from it. So I'm going to give it one last chance. I've just knocked a whole pile of stuff off of it this morning. Otherwise I'll get the excavator in and that stump will go. This is my Scarlet Japoticaba. It's probably 6-7 years old. Fruits a couple of times a year, more fruit than what my family and my neighbours' families can all consume. I've just opened the middle of it up, pruned out some of the larger branches from the guts of it to promote a bit of sunlight to get into it. There is actually 3 trees there that are planted in that one hole. So, but we're definitely worthy of growing. Nearly tripped over the shrub behind me. We've got another species of Garcinia here. This one's giant macrophylla. This one's only been in the ground probably 6 months, so it's still just setting its legs in. I'm excited about this one. I have tasted the fruit. It is good, but I think seasonal it will change. They get quite a large leaf on it, and again, the fruit spotting bugs just love this tree. So it's a bit of a mission to keep hold of, but yeah, we'll see how that one goes in the future. This is another Garcinia species. We're not sure of what species it is, or even if it's described. It's definitely not on the lemon drop spectrum. I've been told possibly it could be sweet 1990s. It could be a small leaf garden Ariana, but all the Gardnerianas fruit within, 3 to 4 years. This is going on 7 years old. It had 2 flowers the end of 2024 and hasn't flowered again. So it'll be very interesting to see what it actually is once it fruits. The flowers on it looked like any South American Garcinia. Hard to distinguish between them when they're side by side. So I'll keep you updated with this one, but it's a lovely looking plant. I would have thought it would have fruited. Well, tried to fruit. It's just dragging its knuckles for sure. So I'll keep you posted on this one, but has small leaves. It's not dissimilar to a chacha, and it's not dissimilar to Brasiliensis or intermediate Gardneriana, but it's none of the above. We've got another one here. It's Shade House. This is, look, I'm going to say it's similar species to giant Macrophylla. It could be Debiko. Again, we'll just have to wait and see. This one's been in the ground probably, about the same length as the giant Macrophylla. I kept this one in a pot for a lot longer though, so fingers crossed for that one. On the other side of the fence here, we have a massive big Marang. Flowers all the time, male flowers. I have not had a fruit on it yet. We'll talk about that in another video. Over the other side, that is a Padalia, one of the two, can't remember. Again, has not fruited yet, but it'll happen eventually. It's still only young. Poor old mulberry tree gets a big haircut just before winter every year, so we'll see how that goes. And I've got a bit of clean up to do in the yard this afternoon, so I might just leave that video where it is. Alright guys, have a good one. Cheers.